is Michael, and welcome to my YouTube channel. What's going on here, people? What the heck is going on? This debate. The debate is horrible. I mean, did y'all hear anything in regards to issues and how it affects America? Issues that might help us in our daily lives, help us to become better citizens, economically, etc., etc. That's the worst debate ever. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. In accordance to policy issues United States, there is 18 topics that could have been addressed at the latest debates, such as anti-corruption and transparency, arms control and non-proliferation, climate and environment, climate crisis, combating drugs and crime, COVID-19, recovery, countering terrorism and cyber attack issues, economic prosperity, economic prosperity and trade policies, energy, global health, global women's issues, advancing gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls through U.S. Foreign policies all over the world. Human rights and democracy through foreign assistance, public outreach and economic solutions to advance by advancing freedom, a freedom agenda, topics such as human trafficking, ocean and polar affairs, refugee and humanitarian assistance. I mean, on and on and on we can go. We can also talk about science, technology, and innovation, treaties, and international agreements in regards to technology and those kinds of things. I mean, we can talk about anything. These topics could have been addressed in a more in-depth philosophical language. At least 3 to 5 topics could have been mentioned, in with transparency, with oversight, so forth and so on. World War III. Are you guys ready for World War III? Because I know I'm not. I mean, it's going to be probably equivalent to a massive Category 6 hurricane. Just imagine a Category 6 hurricane days, weeks, and months, and years. That's what World War III that might be how long that conflict would go on, like World War II. That lasted for some years. World War I as well, and so forth and so on. So World War III is becoming a more realistic while Americans are handling their own personal day activities, they are seeing large numbers, insurmountable numbers of military equipment on railroad carts, on those V-beds, on railroad carts, going from point A to point B in large numbers. And they're wondering, why such large numbers of military equipment, such as tanks and military, other kinds of military hardware, for personal reasons. But they're seeing this. They're witnessing it in just about every state in America. Wow, what is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. We're looking at a major conflict, a global conflict that will affect most nations in the Western Hemisphere. It's a big economic problem, and we're witnessing some of the impacts every day in our lives, especially through social media, through the news, food prices, et cetera, gas prices going up, all that. So we have some economic issues going on each and every day, and a lot of that has to do with this country moving in the wrong direction. In addition, the economic effects of World War III could have a mirror effect. Just like previous conflicts, World War I, World War II, 9/11, it could cause capital loss, high food prices as a name, changes in living standards, terrorist or trade wars. But living standards could have a major impact on this. Global military systems could be affected by that, et cetera, et cetera. A massive conversion to hard assets such as gold all need to be considered. You got foreign nations that are China and Russia and other nations. I think India. I'm not sure more about it, but they're weakening the U.S. currency. They're backing the yen, and that could, anytime you weaken the U.S. dollar, that means war. That means conflict, because the U.S. dollar is usually powerful in every nation when we do economic trade, commerce, enterprises, and trade in different countries all over the world. And so when the U.S. dollar is weakened, usually that means war. It is also important to note that global conflicts are also affected by global warming. It also affects the greenhouse effect. And like, for example, they say 5.5% of the global greenhouse gas emissions are contributed to wars and conflicts. Not only it has a destructive impact on people, but it contributes to significantly to climate change. When we see more flooding, we see the velocity of winds increasing, and cloud seeding in the atmosphere that could affect our simulations, and it's a problem. So anyway, I just wanted to address that debate that we saw a few days ago. Why wasn't more said about how we ought to restructure our nation, how we should put the puzzles together by coming up with solutions as it affects what I named, how it affects economics, counterterrorism, cyber issues, economic prosperity and trade policies, global women's issues, human rights trafficking, human rights and democracy. We didn't really hear none of that. And it makes me wonder what is really going on here. Are they purposely not being transparent? Do they know something we don't know? What's going on? America, it's time to wake up. It's time to watch the news. It's time to get involved. Something big is getting ready to happen. World War II, nuclear conflict in World War II is going to be big. We have a lot at stake here, a lot against us. Congress just initiated the draft. I've known some Gen Zs that already got their draft letters. Some military bases all over the world has been alerted to possible terrorist attack. Something is wrong. And we need to pay more attention to the news outlets and get some information so that we will know how to act when these huge insurmountable crises starts to happen. But getting back to what I was talking about earlier, that debate was just pure nonsense. They're going after each other like a bunch of fourth graders, dogging each other out, trying to be the big man on the block. The Americans don't care about who's the big bad wolf on the block. Americans want to live their lives. They want to know that the government is going to look out for them and their families while they pay their taxes. We want strong leaders that know how to philosophize and speak philosophically about issues that we care about. Again, we could have talked about anti-corruption and transparency. We could have talked about arms control and non-proliferations, climate crisis, combating drugs and crime, COVID-19 recovery, issues like that, countering terrorism. We could have talked about economic prosperity and trade policies, as I indicated, energy and global health, global women's issues, advancing, all over the world, and how to empower women and girls through U.S. foreign policy. We could have talked about, again, science, technology, and innovation, treaties and international assessments. These are topics that Americans are interested in wanting to know. So I know you guys got another debate. There's going to be another debate. I don't know what day and time it's going to be. But there will be another presidential debate. And I need to stop the bullshit. Talk about topics that's going to save this nation. If y'all want votes, I gotta stop arguing, fussing, fighting like a bunch of fifth graders and really stick to the issues. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel.